Welcome to Scenic Property Design, Specialty Props in Action. Steps for this project. So you've chosen the prop that you'd like to do from the play, and you're going to decide on the time period, do research if needed. And then for your prop, you're going to list engineering challenges to solve, figure out workable solutions, and build those into your design. And you're going to figure out how to make your design functional so it could hold up over repeated use by the actors throughout the year of production. And then you're going to draw scaled elevations once you've got a really solid design plan. And either on those elevations or an additional piece of paper or document, you're going to write instructions and explanation for how the piece would get built and used. Time period research. So if it's present day, don't worry about it. But if you're picking a different time period, you need to figure out what the particular thing looked like and how it functioned at the time it was being used. So if you're doing a lamp on a train car in the late 1800s, it's going to look a lot different than a light on an Amtrak train today. So you need to draw pictures or write notes or pull images and cite the sources from which you're getting those. All right, the next step, you're going to solve some engineering challenges. So you're going to make a list of what you need to figure out. So let's pretend we're going to turn this box into a rock, but we need the finished rock to hold the person's weight. It needs to look like a rock and not a box, and it has to be light enough for an actor to lift and move across the stage. So now we're going to figure out some solutions. For it to hold a person's weight, we need to build a frame underneath that rock. And so that frame can get built out of 1x4 wood that's going to be fairly lightweight but strong and be put under the box, and then we're going to attach those two things together, and then we're going to crush and cut and smush the corners of the box and add some paint. And then the frame is lightweight enough for us to lift it, no problem. It's important here that we don't want to build the frame exactly the size of the box, because if we build it to fit inside there perfectly, how are we going to smush the corners? So you really need to think through all of those and do your problem solving thoroughly. That's part of making your design functional. So if there's an effect involved, which there needs to be because that's what I specified for this project, you need to figure out how do we embed that into the design. So if this table has to break every performance, where are the hinges or where are the pins falling out? How does that actually work? And how does it get reset for the next night's show? All right, now we have a solid design, so we're going to do some elevation drawings. This is a very elaborate professional design from Eric Hart's production. He was designing for La Boheme at the Santa Fe Opera. Yours may not be this accurate or this artistic. Don't even worry about it. Your scaled elevation needs to be to scale. Tell me what the scale is. It needs to show accurate measurements like we see here on the sides. Here's how big or tall this is. Here's the specific information about this piece. And here's some instructions. So here we see a side view of the cart and we see a front view of the cart. And then we see a close-up view of the plate that is somewhere on the front of that cart for design. All right, so all angles. Here we see another. This is for Scenic by Jeannie Lambert at the Berkshire Theater Group. And you can see all of the specific measurements. We see a front view, we see a side view, we see a top view. We have a photo of a similar object that got pulled from research. And then we have all the information with measurements and some information about how it gets used. So here we see a note about the cat playing the piano, but it doesn't have to work like a real piano, etc. Please make sure if your prop gets transformed, if it changes in some way or gets activated to be turned on and off, we need specific instructions for how that works and how an actor would utilize it or a technician off stage. All right, let's pretend this was all great and helpful, but you need to know more about fake fire or paper props or how to make fake food or how to create steam or smoke or how to make a prop that can be broken or how to make something look like electronic control panels are involved. Here are some links to those. Those are also in that document that I shared with you. And as always, we're going to cite our sources. So here are the two things that I pulled for use in this. If you have questions or need help with the project from here, please, as always, let me know. Thanks so much.